Alright everyone, welcome back to another video of Roblox jailbreak. In today's video, we are going to be ranking every single air vehicle that exists in Roblox jailbreak. I believe there is about 12 air vehicles. One is unobtainable. As you know, there's Aaliyah's spaceship, which only Aaliyah has. So we're not going to be including that, but the rest we will be including into this video. And possibly even an old air vehicle which got deleted. I don't know if you guys remember it, but I'll reveal it later. But for now, let's go ahead and get right into this video. This is my first time actually bringing back the long form videos. I haven't done this in a while, but we are back with this, and I hope this one gets some views. I don't know, bro. I don't have high hopes, but let's do it. Let's just do it. All right, and first up, we gotta get started with literally the legend helicopter. This one, the free basic helicopter, also known as the helicopter. It's just called the default helicopter on the jailbreak website. But yeah, this is basically like anyone could use this: prisoner, police, criminal. So this thing has around 5 to 6 people it can hold, and it's free. It spawns at 4 different locations. And I'm gonna rank this, and I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. Actually, no, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Honestly, I remember when I first started playing this game, and this thing really came in clutch. This allows you to just, it's a little slow, yes, but what can you really expect? It's free. You can hold a lot of people at it. You can rob the boat. It has a bomb style. You can drop bombs down, as you can see right there, but it has a pretty decent light too, but hardly anyone uses a light. You can customize it as well, pretty decent. You can customize it, man. But honestly, dude, like if you're starting this game out, and this thing is just literally a lifesaver. However, though, if you are more advanced into the game, you should probably seek out some other helicopters, which we're gonna review. But yeah, the Brocopter or the default helicopter, giving this thing a 9 out of 10. Alright, next up on the list, we got the Little Bird or the Buzzard helicopter. This thing is, it costs around $110,000, I believe. It is slightly faster, but it does hold less people than the normal helicopter. And this thing goes around 108 miles, 109 miles, possibly 113 miles, compared to the default helicopter, which goes around 106 miles. And one thing that I really like about this is that it's a small in size. So if cops try to snipe you down, it's not going to really work because you can just easily maneuver around in this small little thing. And it's honestly really good for using the boat too, speaking of that, because the boat missile launchers that attack you when you come close to it, it's easier to deflect from because you're in a smaller thing. But you guys know what I mean. This thing is small, it's powerful, and it is a little pricey, like $109,000, so you don't get too much. The customization is kind of mid. You don't get a lot of customization. The light is also same thing as the default helicopter, and you do get bombs as a weapon as the same one. So it's sort of like a Brocopter, but a little bit more maneuverable. And for that, I'm gonna give the Little Bird a 8.2 out of 10. 8.2 out of 10 is my final rating for the Little Bird. I also used this when I started off as a beginner, so yeah, get it if you don't have it. Alright, so next up, we got the P-51 Mustang plane, also known as the Stomp plane. This thing was quite of an old vehicle, since about 5 years ago it was released. And yeah, this thing used to be an absolute garbage of a vehicle. I would give it probably a 2 out of 10. But now, ever since it got updated, this thing is actually pretty good. It's a lot more controllable, and it goes a lot more faster. Let's see how fast we get it here. Around 175 miles an hour. And the thing is with this gun is that it's like actually like using this gun is actually pretty nice. It's very easy to shoot down criminals. Go ahead and shoot this thing down right here if my aim allows me to. But I probably oh crap, no, that's not good. There we go. I'll rack it up behind it. Boom, boom, shot down like that. Just so quickly. Unfortunately, the price got released, so it's $300,000, and it can only hold one person, so that kind of brings it down a little bit. Customization is also pretty mid, and that's alright. That doesn't really matter. When you're using the plane, you don't really care about the customization. You care about how it works. You can just use this gun. If you see a police helicopter want to kill it, you can just spray it with bullets. Or if you see like a group of people, like one time there was a group of people near near the gun, no, not the gun store, near the donut shop. There's like a group of people outside. I just kind of came in and shot like literally everyone there. I didn't kill everyone, but I killed around like 3 or 4 people. So yeah, this thing is really OP, and I'm gonna give this a rating of 8 out of 10. Actually, no, I'm gonna give it 8.5 out of 10. This thing is really good, and if you don't have it, I would suggest saving money for it because honestly, it's worth it. It's really useful. It's a lot more controllable now compared to the last one. So braking wise is also pretty decent. You can just immediately stop like that. Yeah, so it's not bad. Get this if you don't have it. But yeah, 8.5 out of 10 for this tumbling. Alright, now next up we have the alien craft or the UFO, unidentified flying object. This thing is really good design. I really like the design of this thing, just really nice. And then you can go like this, possibly change it out. Oh yeah, this thing is pretty good. Top speed is around 170 miles, as you can see right here. It can hold, I think, 3 people, so that's also pretty decent. But it costs $500,000, and it spawns at one location. I believe it spawns at only one location. It only spawns in the military base, so that's kind of terrible. And it also costs 500,000. So it's not really that good. But the UFO is like not a bad vehicle. Like as you can see, like I can do this. Like look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's pretty hard for cops also to shoot you down. You can very easily just like blend in. But you can just be like, you can just like, hold on, let me try something. You could be like that. Look at that. Look at that. It's not like an ordinary helicopter or a drone. Like this thing is top. It's a really good design. I really like the way it was made. So I'm gonna give this a 7.5 out of 10, mainly because the price and the spawn location really drag it down. If it was cheaper and it had more spawn locations, I would probably give this a 9. But yeah, there's no bombs. Never mind. There's no weapons on this. Drop bombs on people, but it's all right. Honestly, it's a UFO. It's an unidentified flying object. So yeah, 7.5 out of 10 for the UFO. Alright everyone, so coming over here, we got ourselves the Black Hawk, or the military helicopter. This thing has you can hold a lot of people, like up to 8 people in this thing. And if you include the rope, probably 9. And it goes really fast too, like 130 miles an hour, which is fast for an air vehicle. You can very quickly get across from point A to point B. So yeah, I'll have to start some good stuff. It is $1 million, but honestly, I think it's kind of worth it being 1 million. You could shoot missiles, as you can see. Like you can shoot missiles if you have good aim. It's a good thing. If you have bad aim, then I guess it doesn't really matter. You don't have a lot of custom. I was gonna say you get a lot of custom ability, but you don't. But that doesn't really matter because, bro, like this thing, like if you see a police officer, you see like you try to shoot him, you just go like, yeah, you blast him with that missile. So yeah, Black Hawk is a really good air vehicle. If you don't have it, I would really suggest you get it. It's really good, especially if you want to grind with friends and stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna give this a 8.6 out of 10. 8.6 out of 10 for the military helicopter. Now we plop over here to the drone. As you can see here, also a $1 million vehicle. And this is obviously it. It says 2 people, and it's the same custom ability as the military helicopter. But one thing that this is really good at is just like maneuvering. Like you can just fit through. You can fit through here, bro. Like look at that. You can really fit through a tree. You cannot do that with the military helicopter. And I don't think you can do it with the UFO either. So this thing is fast. You can go through pretty much anywhere. You can go underwater. You can't rob the boat though. It doesn't have it, and it only has 2 passengers, and it's also 1 million. So those things do end up bringing it down. But like if you don't have this, I really suggest you do get this because like look at what I can do here. You literally just go around. You can easily get away from cops because you can just like fly through anything at such a high speed and like. You can fit through a lot of holes and spaces. But also another downside is that you can't go outside. Like you gotta do all of this. Like you can't just pull these and go up. Like, you gotta go near the thing, and then you gotta do this. You gotta go near it, and then finally get to the top. So that's also a downside. So I'm gonna be giving this a 7.6 out of 10 for the drone. It's pretty good. It has its pros, but it also has a good amount of cons too. Oh, and by the way, before that, we had this thing called the Blade, which was the vehicle I was talking about that got discontinued back in October of 2020. So this was its replacement. Some people call it the Blade 2.0. But honestly, I think it's just way too different. Like the design is not the same. It's slower, and it's a different noise too compared to the Blade. Like the Blade's noise was just like it fit the vehicle, but like nah, it's way too different for me to ever call it that. So yeah, the Blade, if it was here, I would probably give that thing a 9 or I'll probably give it a 9 or 9.5 out of 10. That vehicle was just great. I just liked it. And finally, for the last 1 million air vehicle, right here we have the F-22 Raptor or the Jet. This thing is also like it goes insanely fast. It's the same speed as a Volt bike, but it's literally in the air. It's literally like a Volt bike, but like less controllable. But you're also in the air, so you can just go from one place. You can go from a city to city within seconds. I would say around 10 seconds. You can probably reach from this city to this city. Yeah, that's just how fast this thing is. Like, and it has the missiles where you can lock on. So if you want to like say a criminal has been flying in the air vehicle for a long time, you can just get behind them with the jet and then just shoot them down. The same thing with the criminal to a police. Like I had a lot of fun using the missiles here. It's just really fun. If it had flares to dodge other missiles, that would be quite nice. But then I don't know if the SEMA would ever add that. But still, minimum customization, and I believe you can only have one other person on here. Before, the old jet used to only have one person, and it was less controllable, and the missiles were kind of like you couldn't track the missiles. But this one is way better. So I'm giving this thing honestly a 9.5 out of 10. That's just like this jet is really good. And if you're able to control it properly, you can probably maximize your money out on the power plant robbery. But I've never tried it yet. Maybe like a little less, but you can probably get a lot of money on the power plant when you use this jet compared to other air vehicles. This thing is one of a kind. And next up is two vehicles that I did not review. So one was the crew capsule, and the other was the Celsior. Now, the Celsior never owned, but the crew capsule I have owned that one before, and I'm gonna be giving that honestly a 7.4 out of 10, mainly because like it can't go that high, and it only has a top speed of 90 miles, which is slower than a default Camaro. Which is just ridiculous. You know, it was a seasonal vehicle very long time ago, but honestly, I'm just gonna give it like a 7.4. Honestly, probably even a 7 out of 10. It's small, so like you can maneuver around from cops easily, and I don't know if it can hold a lot of people. I don't think it can, and it also has a pretty decent design too. I like the design of it, but that's pretty much it. Crew capsule, we give it a 7 out of 10, and the other one is the Celsior, which can hold on 4 people, and it goes pretty decently fast. And I have never used it before, but like it has a small. You can customize it very well, and it looks pretty nice. And it can hold around 4 people. It can also maneuver very easily. Like it can fit through small spaces, kind of like the drone. So because of that, I'm gonna be giving the Celsior an 8 out of 10. And I'm pretty much covered all the air vehicles besides the Leo, but we're not gonna be covering that because I never owned it. I think it's like a Blade. Someone told me it's like a Blade, but a little bit faster than that, and obviously a lot cooler of a design than the Blade. But yeah, I don't honestly know what to rate the Leah, honestly, because only she has it. And honestly, I wonder if someone else gets $1 billion, will they have a personal vehicle after them, just like Leah, or is just only special to Leah? I don't know what Bedima will do, but yeah, we'll see that in the future. But for now, I pretty much covered all the air vehicles ranked. I think the highest ranked one, I believe, was the default helicopter, which was crazy. I gave that thing a 9 out of 10 because like if you're a beginner, you can get so much money off of using the free helicopter. So yeah, if you guys are new to jailbreak, use that one. And if you're an intermediate player, I would suggest saving up for the military helicopter, the stunt, or the drone. Those three is what I would recommend. So yeah, this is gonna close this video. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's try to get 200 subscribers by the end of the year. The year is closing in literally less than 2 months. So if we are able to get 200, that'd be crazy. But I doubt it. But prove me wrong, please just prove me wrong this one. And yeah, I'm gonna close it, and I'll see you guys next time.